Tell me that I can, I tell her why not. This is my calling, I'ma make it to the top. I said I'm more than a conqueror.
Hey guys, Altug here from Epic Aesthetics again. In my car, driving. Wanted to talk to you today about my macros and how my macros have changed since I've started training with Eric Helms. So when we started training, the week before, Eric sent me a spreadsheet and he wanted me to track everything that goes into my mouth. He gave me some target numbers to stick with, and he wanted me to weigh myself every morning just so that he could see how my weight was changing, if it was changing, on the macro breakdown he gave me. So my macro breakdown when we first started, first week, was 200 grams of carbs, 225 grams of protein and 55 grams of fat. He kept me on that for the first 5 or 6 weeks, I believe. On week, no, I think it was week 5. I think he saw that my fat loss had stalled a little bit. Either that, or he wanted to pick my fat loss up a little bit more, because one thing with me is that I haven't given myself as much time to get lean as Eric would have liked me to. When I was first emailing back and forth with Eric, he wanted me to give myself at least about 30 weeks to get into proper contest prep shape. But I've given myself 21 weeks to the show that I'm most concerned about, which is the WBFF show in Orlando, where I do hope to turn pro. That's my goal as a fitness model. So what we did at week 5, Eric dropped my carbs by 25 grams. So I'm now on 175 grams of carbs. I'm on 225 grams of protein and 55 grams of fat. So my fat and protein targets were left the same. It's just my carbs that went down by 25 grams. And that's the only changes we've made so far, because I've been continuously losing fat. I've been continuously losing, I've seen the numbers drop on the scales. My strength in the gym has continued to soar. I'm still improving my numbers in the gym. My weights are still going up, which is amazing to me and a good indicator that you're not losing muscle. One thing that I have lost is strength endurance, so I can't maintain that weight across all 3 sets or 4 sets unless I take longer rest periods. So that's the only thing that I have seen a change in. My strength is still up there, man. I'm really happy with that. Oh, and another thing that Eric has got me doing, and that hasn't changed from week 1, is he's just given me a number of calories to burn every single day. Yeah. Sorry, just parking up. He's given me a number of calories to burn every week, and that's 800 calories. So it doesn't matter how I burn them. It can be low intensity cardio, which is how I am doing it, or it can be high intensity interval training. All I do is 10 minutes at the beginning of a workout walking uphill, and 10 minutes at the end of my workout walking uphill as well, and that usually burns about 230 calories roughly. So I only need to do that 3 to 4 times a week. If I do it 3 times a week, what I'll do is actually run for the last 2 minutes to burn some extra calories. So it will take my calorie burn to about 250, 260. That way I'm hitting 800 calories per week. It doesn't even feel like I'm doing any cardio, to be honest, because it feels like a warm-up at the beginning of the session and a cool-down at the end of the session. It really doesn't eat into my time at all. Sometimes, because I train late, what I will do is I only burn 110, 115 calories, because what I'll do is I'll either do a session at the beginning for a warm-up or the session at the end as a cool down. Sometimes I don't have time to do both because I train up until closing time at my gym. It gets too busy beforehand, so I like to go late. But yeah, that's it. From week 1, my macros were 200 carbs, 55 fats, 225 protein, We changed it at week 4 or 5. Eric dropped my carbs down to 175, but the protein and fat stayed the same. That's the only changes we've made to my diet so far. My fiber targets are 30 grams plus, and obviously I need to, within those targets, I need to get in at least 1 to 2 servings of fruit and vegetables a day, to make sure I hit my micronutrients. I take a multivitamin supplement on top of that, just in case, but it has worked wonders for me, man. I really like this. If it fits your macros, micros and fiber, that's what I call it. I call it IIFYMMF, because it really isn't just about hitting your macros and you can't eat shit all day, which is what a lot of people who don't know about if it fits your macros think it's about. It's nothing like that at all. It's been brilliant, man. It's been, you have to have discipline to doing it, but it's the easiest diet at the same time to follow as well, because you're not depriving yourself of anything, you're keeping your sanity. And that was what Eric told me one of his goals was at the beginning of our coach-client relationship. He said, I want you to keep your sanity as well as getting the best shape of your life, and it's working so far, man. So yeah, what I'll do in my next video is I'll tell you my workout breakdown. By the way, this is just for your entertainment purposes. Please don't copy my macros. That was something Eric warned me off of doing as well. He said, try not to advise people to follow your macros, because the macros that Eric has given me are tweaked specifically for my body and my needs. You might need lower carbs, you might need higher carbs, you might do well off of higher fat, lower fat. So please don't copy my particular macros. This is just my specific and unique macronutrient breakdowns. Alright guys, take it easy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and there are more to come. Peace, take care.